roll downs. So make sure your feet are hip widths apart. Roll your shoulders back into our set position. Let your fingertips just hang loose in front of the thigh. Bring your chin in towards your chest and then start to roll down, vertebra by vertebra. So slight bend of the knees when we need. Take the fingertips to the floor and hold that position there. So we're going to loosen off the neck and the shoulders. So I want you to look over to the left. That's it, good. Slowly hold that gaze and then bring your head back to center. Then slowly look to the right. Back to center. And then we're going to slowly roll back up to a standing position and roll the shoulders over. Good. And roll down again. So chin comes into chest. Let the arms hang loose. Fingertips to the floor. This time keep the right hand on the floor. This time as we take the head to the left, we're going to rise with the left arm and bring that arm so it's directly above the shoulder. That's it. And then start to take your gaze up to the ceiling if we can. Keep those knees soft, beautiful. That's it, well done. Deep breath in, and then as we exhale, slowly bring that hand back down to center, slowly following the gaze with the eyes. Good. And I'm going to repeat this on the right side. So right arm comes up, follow the fingertips with your eyes, all the way up towards the ceiling. Keep those knees bent. That's it, hold it there. Deep breath in, and then slowly bring that arm back down. Keep the knees soft. Inhale to prepare, and then exhale as we start to roll back up to standing. Nice shoulder roll, well done. So our final roll down is going to bring us down onto the floor. We're going to be face down, and you need a little cushion, only a small one. If it's too big, don't bother. And we're going to go into our swan dives. So if you stand to the back of the mat, and as we do our roll down, like I say, we're going to finish so that we're lying flat. Yeah, camera's in position. Are we ready? Chin into chest. Slowly roll all the way down. Feel like nice and flexible, and then with the fingertips start to walk it forwards. While we're here, let's take advantage and into our downward dog. That's it. Press the heels down, stretch out the calves, and then walk the hands a little bit further forwards, and then slowly drop the knees to the floor. Good. So we're going to come face down onto the mat. And we're just going to start with our arms down by our side and head on the mat. So we're going to be looking down towards the floor. Sure it's still. You all right, John? You froze. Well, can you hear me?
Oh.
I'm sure he'll join us in a sec.
Yeah.
So if we place our forehead, so it's on the top of the cushion, so it's there.
Yeah.
Chin off, I've got our arms by our side. We're just going to start off with some shoulder mobility. So we're just going to keep the head in contact with the cushion, and we're going to lift the shoulder blades and squeeze. The palms come up, and we keep the palms facing in towards the thigh. We've got the thumbs facing down. So we're keeping the head in contact with the cushion. We're just literally pulling the shoulder blades like someone's pulling you off the mat and bringing your arms up a little bit above the thigh, and then bring the arms back to the floor. We're going to do 5 of these. So we lift, squeeze those shoulder blades. Hi, John, you're back.
Back again.
They're just having a lie down, these 3. Good. So just reset for John. So forehead on your cushion. We lift the shoulder blades off. We squeeze in and lift in the arms. palms face in towards the thigh and release. 2 more. So let's really work through those shoulder blades.
Ooh.
Lift, keep those palms in. That's it, and slowly lower. Good. Judith, move that cushion up so you just got it on your forehead. Otherwise, you're going to be straining your head. That's
Yeah.
it.
You're
Good.
right.
That's it. So keep looking down to the floor. Lift those shoulder blades. Lift the arms up. That's it. Squeeze and then slowly lower. Good. That's it. So if you can, John, do it lying down. So we're in our dark position. That's it. Last one. Squeeze those shoulder blades and then relax. Good. Now we're going to bring the hands up to 90 degrees. So where you're all used to doing the cobra or the swan. So we've got arms at 90 degrees. We still lay down. We're going to bring the head to the floor, but this time we're going to lift the chest and the head up. So we keep the palms in contact with the floor. So we lift, squeeze the glutes, lift the chest. Good. And we want to just keep looking towards that cushion in front. That's it. So we're starting to, we shouldn't feel any pull in the lower back. We're using the middle of the back. Try and push the hips in towards the floor. It's a good strengthening work through the shoulders and the lower back. And one more. And relax. Good. Now this time you can cross your hands. So you're going to place your hands on your forehead. So if you get rid of the cushion, hands go on top of the forehead. Bring your legs together and point in your toes. And we're going to lift the legs and lift the head and the chest all at the same time. So I'll show you. So we lift, pointing those toes, squeeze the glutes, hold, and then slowly lower. So lift, hold, exhale and lower. Good. Keep going. So lift and lower. So keep pointing those toes, squeezing those glutes, and lower down. Keep going. Give me 2 more. And then last one. And then relax. Bring your hands at the side of the chest. Push yourself up onto your knees. We're just going to have a little stretch out of that back as we come into child's pose. So bring the head to the floor. Have a little stretch. And then bring yourself into kneeling as we go into cat and cow. So knees underneath the hips. Bring the chin in towards the chest. And then lift the head. And just loosen off those muscles before we go into Superman. So we'll do our Superman in a kneeling position. So I'll show you this way around. So we're going to start with the left arm and left arm only. So we want a nice flat back. Those knees directly underneath the hip. And as we lift the arm, we want the fingertips together and the thumb facing up towards the ceiling. Perfect. And then slowly drive the elbow in towards the chest. So we lift and then lower. Now to protect those neck muscles, just look down towards the floor. You're all doing it perfectly. I'll pull you up, don't worry if you're doing it wrong. That's it, keep going. That's it, good, Chris. Beautiful positioning. That's it, good, John. Keep going, give me 2 more. Nice and slow and controlled. And last one on this side. Perfect, and then change arms. Let's see if both arms are working the same way. That's it. So try and push forwards and keep that arm directly in line with the shoulder. So this is where we'll notice if we've got any sort of weakness or lack of mobility in and around that shoulder girdle. Oh, look at you, Wendy. You can tell you do a lot of ironing. That's it, good. Come on, John.
Reaching up for the food.
walking up to those cupboards for another biscuit. That's it. Good. Well done. Relax. And now we're going to bring in the full Superman. So we're going to do the opposite arm and opposite leg. And that's going to help to tone up and strengthen these deep core transverse muscles. So we want to be in our same starting position, knees and on our hands. And then as the left arm comes forwards, we're going to directly take that right leg back, pointing the toe. And then drive in. Try to keep the knee off the floor. And then, so we're going to stay on that same side. That's it, good. So as we kick back, we don't want to arch and lift the head. We want to keep that back nice and flat. Good. We want to be nice and controlled. That's it, beautiful. And just make sure that that right hand is directly underneath the shoulder. If it's too far in front, you put too much strain. So just bring the hand back a little bit, Judith. That's it. That's it, yeah, good. And up. And then keep looking forwards. Don't look at me. Don't want to be mildly moaning this time of morning. That's it. Yeah, I'm not. Two more. That's it. Keep going. Last one. And then hold. Keep the arm out and keep the leg out. Let's hold that position. Good. 3, 2. Relax. Come down into child's pose and just stretch that off. Arms out. Drop the head to the floor. Good. And then we're going to finish our Supermans by doing the other side. So now we've got the right arm and that left leg working simultaneously. Remembering to breathe. Inhale as we come in and exhale as we push away. Keeping that palm facing inwards and the thumb up towards the ceiling. That's it. And if we can, we want to try and keep that foot in line with the hip bone. Not too high, not too low. Keep going. 3 more. We're going to hold on the last one. 2. And last one and hold. For 5, 4, 3, 2. And relax. Well done. Well, feeling a little warmer?
Hot.
Yeah. On.
John, did you manage to find 2 tins? Oh, and just like that.
Up to either those or those. Those are a bit heavier.
Oh, we can go a bit heavier. It's Monday. Let's set the stall for the rest of the week. Right. We're going to come onto our backs and we're going to do our bridge position. We're going to hold our weights. So you can place a cushion behind the head. A little bit of comfort. Want to bring those heels up towards the bottom. And we want feet together and knees together. And then turn your toes out and turn your heels out just like we were standing. And then we're going to start by bringing the arms up above the shoulders. So both together. We want to try and keep the arms in line with the ears. So we're going to start with the right arm. And we're going to take that directly behind the head. So lengthen through the arms, press the back into the floor, and then bring the right arm back up to where we started. Deep breath in, and then exhale and take the left arm behind the head. That's it. So again, we're just working through that shoulder mobility. And then again with the right. So we're going to do 3 on each side. So try and keep the arm nice and lengthened and straight, brushing past the ear. But also think about your core position. So I want to be pushing the back into the floor. We don't want any arching. And focus on your breathing. The last one with this left arm. Good. And then hold the hands where they are. And we're going to go into our bridge position. So the arms are just going to stay above the shoulder. We're going to roll the vertebra back and we're going to peel the hips off the floor. Spread the toes out evenly, squeeze the glutes and hold. So look towards your knees and make sure that Imagine you've got a cushion in between those knees. We're not letting the knees drop out. And then we slowly roll vertebrae one by one and place the hips back on the floor. Roll yourself back into neutral. We're going to do 2 more of these bridges. So lifting the hips up. Focus on squeezing the buttock muscles. Not too high, so we're bridging through the chest. Lovely. And then slowly lower again. And give me 1 more. That's it. Keep those arms nice and straight. Lift up. That's it. Good. Oh, perfect positioning, everyone. Keep holding it there. Hold for 3, 2, and lower. Well done. So now we're going to continue with the bridge. But as we go into our bridge position, we're going to do a chest press. So if we bring our arms to 90 degrees, so we've got the elbows on the floor. That's it. Good. And then just bring the heels back up towards the bottom in case they've slid away from us. And as we lift into our bridge position, we're going to bring our arms to meet at the top. So we come into that chest press position. And then as we lower the hips, we lower the arms back to the floor. Are we ready? So we're going to do 10 of these. Yeah. So lifting those hips and bring the arms together and then slowly lower. That's it. So slow and controlled lift and slow and controlled as we low. Really focus on squeezing those glute muscles. No arching of the back. That's it. Good. Keep going. So lift as far as you feel comfortable. And as we lift, look towards the knees so we've not got the knees dropping out. That's it. Brilliant. Keep going. Let's do 5 more. You can reset and bring those heels closer towards your bum, which will make you use your glute muscles rather than using the hamstrings. Any pain in that lower back, then don't lift as high. Keep going. 2 more. And then the last one. Lower the hips to the floor. Just pop your weights to the floor and bring bring your knees in towards your chest. You can bring your chin into your chest as well if you want. And then a little rock from side to side just to massage that lower back. And then place the feet back on the floor. Good. So we're going to bring our legs into tabletop. So if we bring our right foot off the floor, knee above the hip, and then bring your left leg. That's it. So we're in that tabletop position. So the knees are above the hips and our toes are above our knees. So again, we want to make sure that we've got that imaginary cushion in between the knees. And we're going to bring our arms back into shoulder position. So we're going to work through the legs to begin with. So we're going to start with that right leg and we're going to extend and then bring it back. And then the left leg. So we're pointing those toes up towards the ceiling like we're turning the light switch off. And as we bring back, the knees stay directly over those hips. So one by one, right leg and then the left leg, and we're pointing those toes. So we're starting to engage those lower abdominal muscles. So keep pressing the back into the floor. Keep the arms where they are, looking up towards the ceiling. And 2 more on each leg. Good. That's it. So point those toes. That's it. Good. And last one. Brilliant. John, just bring your arms a little bit closer together. That's it. Good. So we're going to come back into that tabletop position. And we're going to do the opposite leg and the opposite arm like we did in Superman. So we're going to take the left leg and we're going to continue to point. And at the same time, we take the right arm behind the head. And then we bring them back together and we change sides. So as we're pointing the foot, we take the arm behind the head. Really trying to lengthen through the leg and the arm, but also focusing on pushing the back into the floor. Lot to think about.
Yeah.
Keep going. Remember to breathe. So we exhale on the work. Inhale to prepare. That's it. Good. Good. if we've got that strong core foundation, we're ready to do anything today. So keep going. You're all doing brilliant. So pointing those toes. That's it. Taking that arm directly behind. Beautiful. Looking good, Wendy. As always.
I'm pointing the wrong toes.
Just point both toes. That's it. Last one.
Oh,
And then rest. Good. Weights down. Bring those knees in towards the chest. Little rock from side to side. Good. All got strong cores. Then keep hold of that left knee and just extend that right leg out. Have a little stretch out of the quads. And then swap over by bringing that right knee. Good. And then bring yourselves up into seated. And we're going to come onto the side. So we're going to be resting on our right arm. So I'm going to give you a couple of variations, depending on how far you want to push yourself. So the easiest option, so it is just going to be that we're just on our side. We've got our knees resting on the floor. We're going to rest with the right arm and the hand's going to be under the shoulder. And we're going to be lifting and going over into a mermaid stretch. So option one is to keep those knees on the floor as we reach up and over. If we want to go a little bit further, we can lift the hips off the floor and we can extend that top leg. So we're resting on the right knee and we're going to reach up and over with the left leg extended. That's it, John, good. So choose your option. So we can either stay with keeping the hips on the floor or we can come up, which is going to test and work our obliques a little bit more. So just make sure that knee's under the hips, right hand on the floor and extend the left leg, which we're all, that's it, good.
forgotten the first option.
You forgot the first option.
Probably what I'm doing. I'm on the floor.
That's on the floor.
Right.
So yeah, option one is you keep the hips on the floor. Option two is you keep the hips off the floor. On or off, it's up to you.
Right.
If we do option two, it means we're going to work our six pack a bit more. And John is beautifully demonstrating this exercise. See? I think he's already done 10. So that's it. So reach up and over. And then as we bring the arm down, we'll lower those hips to the floor. Good. We lift up. So again, we want to really lengthen through that top arm. So this is great, again, for that shoulder mobility. And just relax the neck and lower. Good. Two more. So reaching up and then dropping the hips. And then last one, reach up and then come back down. Good. Now the next one. So if you're going to do option one or option two, you're still going to lengthen this top leg. So option one is to stay on the floor and we're going to do some leg lifts. Option two is we're going to do leg lifts with the hips off the floor. So we're starting to activate the glute med, so all around this glute muscle, protecting that lower back. And we want to keep the hand directly under the shoulder. So option one is keeping the hips on the floor. Option two is lifting so we're in a kneeling position and the arm comes up. Are we ready? So we're going to do 10 leg lifts. That's it, beautiful, beautiful alignment. Lifting, trying to keep the hips away from the floor. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and lower. Good. We're going to combine it. So we're into our position. We come over into mermaid. It's like being on Strictly this, John. So we up and over, and then we lift the legs. So we go into our mermaid stretch, keeping in our side plank as we bring in the leg lift. That's it. So over and adding that glute work. That's it, perfect. And we'll keep this to 5, 3, and one more of each. Good, and then relax. Well done. So have a little stretch out, bringing those arms, relax those shoulders. Reaching up. And then we're going to take all of that over onto the left side. So again, choose your option 1 or 2, on the floor or over, as we come back into those mermaids. So remember to lower the hips. So on this one, we've got both of those knees bent as we reach up and lengthen. So it's both a strength exercise as well as a mobility. So it's a good job we did all that mobilization of the shoulders. Then we'll loosen them off again at the end. 3 more. That's it, good. 2. And then last one. Good. And into those leg lifts. So you can either, if you want to do the leg lift but just rest, you can place one hand on the floor, or we can place it on the hips or up as a more challenging. That's it, good. So lifting those hips, lifting the leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax back down. And then that final one is a combination of the two. So as we lift, lengthen the leg into the mermaid stretch, then into the leg lift. Lower in between if we need. Reach up and over, beautiful. And then lengthen. Just make sure with that positioning, keep going, that knee that's on the floor isn't too far forwards. We want to make sure that it's directly in line with the hip. We'll make it a bit easier. 2 more. And relax. Good. Good effort.
I'm waving. I'm waving. Oh no, I did hard.
Oh yeah, got to throw a bit of advanced moves in. Right, onto your kneeling, and let's have a little child pose stretch. Loosen everything off. This time, fingertips nice and wide. As we drop the head to the floor, keep the arms off the floor. So I've got those arms lengthened, bottom down towards the heels. And then we can have a little wiggle of the hips, just loosen off that back. That's it. And then coming up into seated, have a drink of water if you need. So this next one is entirely up to you. You can either sit on a chair or you can sit on the floor. Legs bent or legs crossed.
Legs what was
That's your oyster, as long as you sat down. So we're going to do a little bit of thoracic mobility, so the middle of the back. Once we're all comfortable, we're going to place the left hand or left arm on top of the right arm. We're going to sit up nice and tall. So if you've got a block, you can always sit on your block or your cushion, just to help make sure that your alignment's nice and straight. So I've got that left arm on top of the right arm. Try to open up those knees, so we've got a good stretch of the hip flexors, and we want to be nice and straight. Imagine a balloon's pulling you up through the head. So we're going to go to the left to begin with. So we're going to keep the elbows nice and high, elbows in line with shoulder, and we're going to slowly twist towards the left. Now I want you to follow your left elbow with your eyes. So go as far as you can. Any twinges, any pulls, just hold. Don't go any further. And hold that position. Nice deep breath in. And from here, we're going to do a forward fold. So we're going to take the arms and the head down towards that left knee. Try and get the chest down towards the knee. You can bring your hands away and place those on the floor. So hands on the floor, and we're trying to get as low as we can. So we've got a nice stretch of the lower back. We've got the knees out, we'll just open up those hips. That's it, beautiful. Deep breath in. Exhale, push the body away. Bring the left arm again onto that right arm as we twist back to center. Good. Then swap over, so we've got the right arm on top of the left. Again, sit up nice and tall, drop the shoulders down. Keep the back lengthened, and we're going to start to slowly twist towards the right. Keep the gaze over the right elbow, keep the elbows high. Twist as far as you feel comfortable. Nice deep breath in. As we exhale, we start to forward fold towards the right knee. Bring the arms apart, and this is where you really see a difference in the tightness. So how far can you get on this side compared to the other? So we're just forward folding, and we're trying to get the chest down towards that knee. Right. I think we're all as tight as each other on this right side. That's it. Deep breath in, exhale, and then come back and twist and back to center. Good. So this time we're going to unravel the arms. We're going to start by placing the hands on the floor as we go into mermaid. So we're going to start on the left. So left hand on the floor, reach up and over with the right arm. Lengthen, and I want you to just look over the left shoulder. So we're again working on those neck and shoulder muscles. And then start to bring the head to the center as we come back down. Perfect. And then right hand on the floor as we reach up and over with the left. And start to look over the right shoulder. Deep breath in, and then back to center. And then this time we're going to try and get a deeper stretch through this QL muscle, quadris lumbarum, as we bring the elbow onto the floor this time. So we're going to lean right over. So we've got the right elbow on the floor. Keep looking forwards this time. And you should feel that stretch deep in towards the side muscles, which affect that lower back area. Back to center. And then over to the right, so placing the elbow on the floor first. And reaching up and over. Only go as far as you feel comfortable. Deep breath in. And back to center. Good, and then we're going to go back to that thoracic spine. So we're going to place the right arm on the outside of the left thigh. So we've got the palm faced away. And then with the left hand, you're going to place it behind the hip or the bottom. And we're going to twist and look over the left shoulder. So we want to keep the right arm straight. So we're having a good stretch through the biceps in towards the traps. And we're just twisting to look over that left shoulder. So we've got a nice thoracic twist. Deep breath in. Exhale and back to center. And then we'll repeat on the other side. So left arm over that right thigh. Palm faces away. Right hand behind the bottom. And lift and look over that right shoulder. Deep breath in. Back to center. And then unravel the legs, but take the legs nice and wide. So we're going to do a similar stretch. So again, this time the right comes over. So reach to wherever you feel comfortable, whether that's the thigh towards the shin or whether you can get down to the ankle. And again, we're just going to twist to look over that left shoulder. So it just allows for that deeper stretch. Just make sure that the thighs stay in contact with the floor. We're not bending the knees. Deep breath in. And then rotate, open the arms up. Good. And then bring the left arm across the body and look over that right shoulder. That's it, back to center. And then open those arms. Bring the legs together. And then it would only seem fair. So we've had a look at John's balance and his mobility. We'll have a look at his core strength now before he goes. So legs are straight out in front. Make sure you've got a bit of room behind you. We're going to lift the arms up nice and high. And we're going to slowly into a C-curl roll down to the floor. So chin comes into chest. And slowly in control, using those abdominal muscles, roll all the way down. Keep the arms lengthened. And now come back up into seated, keeping those legs straight. Beautiful. John, you passed the test. Well done. Arms reached up. And then slowly bring the chin into the chest. Roll down. Create a big C with the spine. Arms go behind. And let's rise back up into our seated position. Well done. Let's do one more. Good. Oh, those feet came up a little bit. Last one. Reach up towards the ceiling. Chin comes into chest. Create a beautiful C-curl. Arms come behind the body. And slowly roll back up. Well done. Bring yourself onto the side. On towards your knees, and we're going to come back into standing by doing our downward dog. So hands underneath, nice and flat. Turn the toes under, up towards the ceiling, and then just pedal those heels one by one. So we're stretching out those calf muscles. Nice deep breath. Slowly start to walk the hands towards the feet. Keep pedaling those heels, so stretching out the calf. And then press both heels down, spread the toes. Let the arms dangle as we start to rise back up into standing. Good. Let's go back into our shoulder rolls. Hopefully everything feels a little bit looser. So rise and fall with the shoulders backwards circles. Try and squeeze those shoulder blades together. Nice deep breath. And then forward rolls. That's it. And then make the circles bigger as we start to reach forwards. Bigger circles through the arms, almost like we're doing butterfly. Never been able to do butterfly, so I'm guessing this is what you're doing. Yeah. Need Zoe for this. That's it. And then last one, as we bring those arms forwards, we place one hand in front of the other. We bring the chin in towards the chest. Press forwards and stretch out those upper neck muscles, upper shoulders. And then start to rise. Keep the arms locked. And then forward fold and relax. And up we come. Let everything loose. Bend and soften those knees. Exhale. And one more. That's it. And namaste.
Namaste.
Thank